The One shows ex-copper Rav Wilding likes to keep tabs on the new crime-fighting gadgetry his former colleagues are deploying on the main streets Rav left behind.
Stand still!
Life on the front line of British policing.
Stand still!
Sometimes it can be a scary place to be. Head cameras are increasingly being used to capture evidence which is proving invaluable in court and saving wasted time on a mountain of paperwork.
Until recently, this type of technology was only ever seen on sci-fi films like RoboCop. But now this really is the face of modern-day policing. And if it hasn't done already, it's coming to a town or city near you soon.
I'm riding shotgun with police in Plymouth, and it isn't long before we're responding to our first 999 call.
79 Hammerland Road.
Andy, I just heard you had another shout there and you stuck the blues on. Where are you going to now?
One of our patrol units who's come across a member of public who was preventing a female from jumping off one of the overbridges in Plymouth.
I'll keep you updated, that's all I've got at the moment.
Well, the incident behind me with a woman threatening to throw herself off a bridge is exactly the type of thing where the head cam can really come into its own.
Thankfully, this dramatic episode is soon over. The woman on the bridge was persuaded to come down.
She's in a place of safety.
Yeah.
She'll be assessed by medical staff.
Yeah.
And potentially, the footage that you recorded
Yes.
of her demeanour, could that be shown or used to help them make their assessment?
It could be, yeah, absolutely, because it will help. It'll show her demeanour, it'll show her behaviour, show the things she was saying. If they can actually view that on a screen, then it does help significantly.
Police in Plymouth were the first in the country to pilot the use of head camera technology. It's had a dramatic impact on crime detection rates. They're now up by 40%.
Where we've used head camera, there's been an increase in detections in respect of violent crime, in respect of domestic violence, and also in the offences brought to justice for the same crimes. So it's a really, really positive trend all the way through.
You're also using this brilliant evidence to capture the demeanour of the victim in cases, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it's very important that we don't forget the victim. They need to be recognised as well. And I think the head camera footage gives them the opportunity, if they wish, to say what's happened. And the first accounts by victim are very impactful.
The head cameras have made a dramatic difference to the time officers spend doing paperwork too.
We actually found that per officer, per 9-hour shift, they were actually, if they use the head camera, saving 50 minutes per shift. And that's 50 minutes that the officer can be back out on the streets patrolling, which is where they want to be and where the public want to see them.
Police community support officers across the country are using head cameras to tackle antisocial behaviour.
Is it just Coke?
Just Pepsi, mate.
Just Pepsi. Yeah, there's alcohol in there, mate. And what I don't want is antisocial behaviour in the car.
So what's the plan tonight then?
Well, really the plan for tonight for us is all go out as a group, 4 of us in a van, and we'll hit every single park where we normally find the youngsters or the youths. We'll normally congregate in a big group, normally have alcohol on them. So the plan is to really hit it nice and early, take the alcohol all off them, so we can no more disorder in the evening.
As Chris suspected, local kids are hanging around on the street. The community support officers ensure that local youths aren't drinking alcohol, and as it's getting late, ask them to make their way home.
Nothing to do around here, is there? What are you up to, guys? Say again?
The police believe the overt cameras act as a deterrent in these situations.
Right, we're going to leave you guys and girls to it, all right? Don't want to see you around on the park later on tonight.
This officer recorded footage on his body camera that snared a fellow police officer's attacker.
As I've gone in, shouted police, he's literally holding the sword in his hand, making stabbing motions towards my face, just screaming, eyes bulging. He's brought the sword straight down on my head.
The footage captures the horrific aftermath minutes after PC John Clark was struck by a samurai sword.
A 3-inch wound to the front of his head.
Okay.
It looks like an L shape, an upside down L shape. It's coming right hand side angle and gone along his skull.
The court case against PC John Clark's attacker was one of the first in the country to feature clips taken by the body camera, bringing the crime scene into the courtroom.
Pictures paint 1,000 words. Some of the jury members, when they saw the footage, they put their hands to their mouths.
The The man responsible for the horrific attack was jailed for 11 years, thanks, in part, to the head camera footage.
I think that anything that's going to increase our detection rates has got to be beneficial, and it's a very valid tool in our fight to detect crime.